In this, I'll just go ahead and type git config hyphen list. You saw it is still working. So what does it make sense, guys? What does it say? So do you agree with my statements now? So the conclusion is these are the only two commands will work whether it is a repo or not a repo. Whether it is a repo or not a repo, guys. But rest of the things will not work. So rest of the commands will not work unless it is a repo. So these are the two exceptions. So please go ahead and write this transaction, guys. I hope you understood now what I'm talking. Maninder, confirm. Mayuri, Sravya, you understood? Okay, now write it. Because once you understand the concept, just go ahead and write in your own words. Anyway, copy paste will be there in your class notes. So how do you identify whether it is a repo or not? Two methods are there. First is dot git identification. Second is git status. So repo will respond to the git status commands. And there are two commands. Exception is your version command and config command will respond even if it is a repo or not a repo also. Okay, so we understood this use case, guys. This use case is absolutely important for all experienced people. So keep it as star rated in your notes. Okay. Then let's move on to the next thing. We understood all these things. Okay, now this is one question. So how many projects or repositories can we create on your computer or on your client side? Nothing but I'm talking about local repositories, correct? So the answer is unlimited. So if somebody asks you, okay, so let's say you're planning to create some repos, I agree. But how many repos you can create on your side at your end? So that is unlimited. Clear? The next question is, will you create the project or repo inside of another repo? This is super dangerous question, guys. So once you have a repository, please don't plan to create one more repository inside a repository. You understood the point what I'm trying to tell you? So logically creating a repo inside of another repo is illogical. So don't do that mistake. So we are not supposed to do that because structure of the projects gets corrupted. So ideally we have to keep the repositories separately. Don't try to create inside of another repo. The next, this is already I told you. So there are two commands are there in the Git which will work irrespective whether it is a repo or not. Okay, nice. Now this is okay. This is one more question, guys. So is there any direction or a rule from the Git talking about where to create the repo? The answer is simple. You can create at any location on your computer. You can create on your C drive. You can create on your desktop. You can create in your documents. You can create on your, let's say, D drive or E drive. So location does not matter there. Okay. Now let's move on to the Git architecture, guys. I want you guys to draw this diagram in your book. Please do this activity. I'll give 5 minutes of time. Please start drawing this diagram in your books. So it is 9:15. I'll wait for 5 minutes. Please draw this quickly. I'm expecting it should take only 3 minutes, I guess. So do this and let me know those who have done. Guys, do you hear me? Okay, nice. So have you done with your writing, done with your diagram? Okay, good. So let's see, guys. So this is our diagram now. So this is always common that even in our college also it's the same problem. Textbook diagrams we don't understand. Am I correct? Until unless your teacher or a professor or tells you. Then we'll come back to the book and see that okay, diagram looks good now. Am I right? All textbook diagrams looks funny. Okay, so let's see our diagram now. So please also draw this into your book. So let's imagine this is me and I went on to the computer and created a repository. So let's do that immediately. On your batch, I'll create a repository now. I'm coming out of sample 3 and I'm creating a repository on your batch. So I'll say git init and I'll type batch number. Is it 31? I'm guessing it is 31B, correct? Yeah, 31B. So I created repository with your batch 31B. So now let's come back here and understand. So what I've done, so I created a repository with a name called batch 31B, correct? Now it looks like a folder. So technically, once you go into that, it looks like a folder. And inside of that, definitely you'll have .git. So that confirms that that's a folder. From a visual perspective, it looks like a folder, but logically, the same folder is arranged in 3 layers format. So the lower layer, we call it as working copy, or it is also called as working directory. It is referred as working copy or working directory, guys. And the next layer, the above one is called stage or index. If you attach the Ingo form, it is called as a staging or indexing. And the above layer, the last one, is called commit area. Commit area. So this entire folder structure, which is laid into this 3 layers format, this entire is called local repository, or we can call this as local repo. So a simple folder that you feel that it looks like a folder, but keep in mind, this is logically structured in 3 layers format. So this is the first layer, this is the second layer, and this is the third layer. So can I say it looks like a G+2 building? Can I talk like that? Can I say it is a G+2? Ground floor, first floor, second floor. So your ground floor is nothing but your working copy or working directory. First floor is nothing but your stage and indexing. And the second floor is commit area. So it looks like G+2 only. Now, technically, what we do is we always interact in this layer. So when you start creating files, so the files will be in this layer. And the files from this layer to this layer, if you want to move, then we have to use a command called git add. So let's say you created some file and the file goes into this layer. That means here the file will come into this layer by using command called git add. Now this file will move into the commit area Okay, using a command called git commit. Git commit. Now, once the file reaches to the commit area, then only this file is eligible to travel onto the server. So the server sits somewhere on the cloud. So we can say that is a server, okay, where your remote repo is hosted. Remote repo is hosted. So this file will go and sit here. Make sense? Somewhere on the cloud. So upload process, we call it as push. So I told you now sync and pull and push. That we'll see when we handle the server side. So pull and push activities keep on happening. So now why we have to do like this? Why we have to send the file to the staging, and while we have to send it to the commit area? That will understand after experimenting few use cases, guys. We'll try to experiment some files. At this point, if I tell you, you may not be able to get into the brains. Better is you understand the architecture first. We'll experiment some 2 or 3 use cases on the file. Then we'll come back to the question why we have done this, so that you will know why we are doing like this. Why the Linus Torvalds has created this structure. Got it now? So simple to the point. So we created the repo. This is the one. And that repo is nothing but your Git. And Git, it looks like a folder, but technically it is not a folder. It is layered in 3 structures format. First layer working copy, second is stage, third is commit. So we interact always with the working copy. The file gets created. We need to move that into the stage and from there into the commit area. The reason is any files in the commit area can talk to the remote server. Okay, that's the reason the file has to move here. And if the file is coming here to the commit area, it is confirmed that it is updated. So that's the understanding here. So we go ahead and do the activities of pull and push, and we update on the server side as well. Have you understood? Now let's go back to the diagram, guys. So this part, is it clear now? First layer, staging, local repo or commit area. We are trying git add, we are trying git commit. So this is server, pull and push. And this activities we'll understand later because this concept will come when we talk about merge and checkout. There is a separate chapter. At that point, you'll understand this automatically. So not to be worried at this point. Clear? Got it now? So please take down this diagram, guys. Go ahead and write this diagram into your books now. Maunika, have you understood Nagireddy, Rajat, Maunika, Nagireddy, and Rajat? So Kumar Baba, please switch off your camera, please. So your camera is on. Kumar Baba, you're there. Okay, so is the diagram is done? That's fine. So we understood the architecture. Now let's proceed with confirm, guys. Is it done? Shall I move? Okay. So I got the answer from Maunika and Rajat. Okay, so we are done. So let's move on, guys. So what's next? Let's see. We understood the architecture. That's great. Okay, now let's see how to commit the files. Okay, so this is the beginning of our subject now. So let's clear the screen. So I know that we created the repo. So I'll go into the repo. Right, I am going into the repo. So to go into the repo, we have to use a command called cd, guys. Or to get into a folder, we have to use a command called cd. So go into that and press enter. So definitely we are in that. See, that name is coming up here. See, this batch 31B. Now, once you are inside of the repo, if you want to verify, you can try ls-la. See, I see the dot kit. So this is a repo. The second method already we know. So that is git status. It will respond. Now, did we create any files here so far? Did we create any files? The answer is no, right? So I'm going ahead and creating the files. Let's see. So what is the command to create the files here? Let me guess, what is the command in Linux to create a file? I repeat, to create a file. We can use touch command. We can use cat command. We can use vi command. So anyway, you learn this in your Linux classes. But at this point of time, I am going to use a command called vi. So vi is something like you should imagine like a notepad only. Okay. So vi give some file name. So I'll say this is the file one and hyphen. I'll write some weekdays. Okay. Dot txt. You can give any extension. I'm just putting blindly as txt. So this is a file. Press enter. It will open a file. Now, do you see at the bottom the message that says new file? Shankar, Pavan, Bhagat. So do you see at the bottom that says new file? So it indicates that we are trying to create a new file there. Bottom left. I repeat, bottom left. Okay, you see a message that says new file in the brackets. So it indicates that we are trying to create a new file. Now, once you come into the file, if you want to start writing the content, you have to use a command called escape. You have to hit on the keyboard escape key and then press I. I repeat. So on your keyboard, please use escape and I. Escape key and then press I, guys. So automatically at the bottom, you will see the message change to the insert. Do you see that? Prithviraj, do you see that? Bhagat and Rahul, right? So at the bottom, if it says insert, it's a meaning that it is ready to take the message, or you should go ahead with your writing the message now. Okay, I'm start writing the message. Unless you don't see an insert there, you cannot write the message, guys. So keep in mind escape and I. Now I'm writing the message. I'll say Monday, then I'll say Tuesday, then I'll say Wednesday, then I'll say Thursday, then I'll say Friday, then okay, I'll write up to this Friday only. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have written. Now, if I'm planning to save this, right, you need to use something called escape, and then using shift key, you need to get the colon symbol. So where did the colon came, guys? Is it came in the content or is it came at the bottom left? Colon symbol, where do you see? At the bottom left. So that means you're doing right direction. You're in right way. Okay. So I repeat once again, when you want to save the message, so you have to use escape and then colon you need to get. Colon will come only if you use shift and that colon symbol. Then you'll get at the bottom some colon. So that means you're doing correct. Then type W. This is to only save. W means save. That's it. Do you see the message that says written? We just saved it, guys, normally. Right? Do you agree? So it says 5 lines have been written. The English meaning at the bottom, it is telling something that 5 lines has been written. Now, if you want to come out of the file after save, so then again, escape colon Q. Right? Q. That's it. We came out. So what are the commands we experimented here? Please write it in a short. So we used VI and we typed the file name and we went in. Then we tried escape I. It will help us to get insert. Please write this in your notes. Then next we tried escape colon W. This has helped us to save, right? Then escape colon Q. This has helped us to get quit. Please write this in your notes quickly. Those are new to the Linux. At least at this point, you need to make a note of this. Anyway, your Linux trainer will teach you in depth of this subject. So VI is, you need to imagine like an editor or something like a notepad where you can write your messages. Okay. Nice. So I've written some. Now, if I go ahead and type git status, now one interesting point I forgot to tell you here. So we were trying git add, git command, git commit, right? So there is one fellow called git status. So git status is a command in the git here. So which can tell you what is happening in the repository. So what is happening? What is going on there? So he's like a Chitragupta. So if you ask git status, it can tell you what is happening. So the messages will be unique. So whenever you type git status, you press enter, you'll get some message, guys. So that message you have to read and understand. It's not blindly. So you have to read and understand. Some message will look like it is trying to tell you that you are here. Okay. So it looks like that you are in working copy. Sometime your message will go ahead and look like that you are in the stage. And sometimes when you try git status, it will tell you that you are in commit area. Likewise. So always experiment the git status. It will tell you what is happening. So that is the reason I'm trying git status now. You press enter git status. So once you fire this command, you'll get some message here, guys. You'll get some message like this. So I want you guys to ignore the matter till here. Ignore the matter till here. The reason is you will understand this first 2 lines when we reach the concept of branching. So till the branching concept, you can blindly ignore these 2 lines. You have to start focusing from here. So it is telling some untracked files are there. Untracked files are there, and it is telling you this is the file. So untracked meaning here is it did not apply tracking system or it did not apply version control system. If you are interested to apply the version control system technique upon this file, then it is asking us to use git add command. So tell me, guys, you want to apply the tracking system on this file or nothing but your VCS on this file? You are interested? Yes, no? That's the purpose of learning now. Yeah, definitely we want to apply. So that's the reason I'll go ahead. Git add, give a space and type the file name. Type the file name, guys. Clear? Git space add space, type the file name. Make sure that you write the commands properly in your notes. And that is one of the mistake generally happens with the trainees. They write something incorrectly in the book. And when experimenting the subject, you will type the same wrong command and you will get errors. So write it correctly. All the commands in the Git are somewhat small case only, no capitals. Okay, it is done. So our assumption is the file went here, staging. From here, it went here. Now let's try the git status. Now this guy Chitragupta is giving different message now. See, again, ignore till here. Now it is telling that a new file called so and so has reached the staging. Now keep in mind, once the file is in staging, you don't have any particular command straight here telling that it is in staging. So you have to read the message and understand. So this is the file and it is telling that it is unstaged. So this word you need to focus. If you see that unstaged word there and you see that new file here, it's an indication that file reached to the staging. Because here in the hint it is telling use this command to unstage. Do you agree? You need to apply the reverse of that meaning. So that means file has went to the staging. That's the reason that message is coming. So if you want to unstage, that means push back the file to the working, then you have to try that. So my intention is to not to push back, correct? I want to proceed. So this confirms that currently the file is in staging, right? Here we are, okay? Now from here, right? So from here, I want to go to this place. Next one is commit area. Now what I need to do? I need to apply the commit. So I'll say git commit -m. -m is for message, guys. So you need to write the message always when you do a commit. Something like you have to write a message in the remarks column whenever you are doing some transactions. Do you agree? Do you agree, guys? Yes or no? Right. Whenever you're doing some banking transactions, you have to always write the message. Correct? So that message will help you to understand later sometime, maybe after a few days. So what happened in the transaction? Likewise, exactly here, git -m and put that commit message. So I'll say I have added file 1 to the repo. I'll close that. Message should be given in double quotes, guys. So once you write the message, give a space and type the file name, which file you want to push into the repository. So file 1 hyphen, type that file name and press enter. Commit is done. So I can conclude that the file came up here now. Shall we do one more example? One more. Yeah, Mohanty says yes. So let's try one more. Okay. Again, start the journey. So now let's see, guys. Before I start the journey, I would say git status. Now see the git status is behaving differently. It says nothing to commit. Working directory is clean. Okay. So we'll see that later. Let's clear the screen. Let's start the game again. So you have one file only here in your current repository. Now I'll create one more. I'll say vi file number 2. Let's say countries dot txt. Imagine like a developer writing some code. Okay. How do I enter? Escape I. You'll come to the insert mode and start writing. So first command, I'll write some neighbors, guys. Tell me our neighbors. Can I say it's a Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, China, Bhutan. Yes. Anything more we missed? Afghanistan. Yes. Anything more? Did we miss any of our neighbors, guys, our colleagues? Sri Lanka, Pakistan. Yeah, Myanmar we forgot. Okay. Maldives is not our neighbor. So neighbor means just we share the boundaries now. So Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Afghanistan, and Myanmar. Tibet is not a country. Tibet is okay. You know the history of Tibet. Let's not talk in simple words. Tibet once upon a time it was a country. It was occupied by China. So today Tibet is seen as internal province of China. So that's the story behind the Tibet. Okay, Tibet as of now it's not a country. It's part of China only. So let's save this, guys. So escape colon W. W, what is the use of W? Save, right? If I attach Q, you can attach more options also. Q, what is the use of Q? Quit. So save and quit, that's the meaning there. Some students, they do reverse engineering also. That is not right. Q and W, they'll do like this also. Is it possible to quit and save later? Which is correct, guys? If you quit, then you are planning to save. Will it work? It will not work, right? So better first you apply W and then say Q. So always save and quit. It will close the file. Got it now, guys, what I'm talking? Now type git status and press enter. So we got a message that says untracked now. See, untracked, and you got the file name. One clarification for you: you will get a message called untracked only when you create a new file in the repository. I repeat once again: you will get a untracked kind of messages only under condition when you create the new files in the repository. Okay, that's the reason it is telling it's untracked. Now it is asking you want to apply the tracking or not. So if you're interested to track, then we start say git add and file number 2. Now then try git status. Where this file should go now? Tell me, guys. Where should file this should go? Where? To the staging. Okay. Yeah. It went into the staging. That confirmation is you will see a word called unstage here. That is what. Okay. And you'll see the file name here. Now I want to push it into the commit area. So I'll say git commit -m. So added file 2 into the repo. And I'll say file 2. Press enter. Done. So the file went into the commit area. You understood how we are trying to move the files here? Understood, guys? Confirm. I showed you only single file. Your experimentation is only to do single files only. Got it now? So that's good, guys. Nice. So please take down this transaction into your books. So you should know how to push the file. So your duty is to create the file. Okay, one more point here we will update. This also update, guys. So we experimented escape space this one WQ. So this is for save and quit in a single code. So write this also. We give some file name, all these keywords you need to write, and then write this transaction. Sai, Rohini, Rangarao, have you understood the class today? Samir, Sanjay, Sashul, Sheikh, Shivaram Krishna, Shravani, Sravanti, Sushmita, Upendra, Vijay, Visveshwar. So I have a habit of calling every student name in the class, guys. Okay, so not to be worried, I'll call everybody so that I'll know your pulse. Okay, then and proceed accordingly. Yeah, so that is what I told Ekta. So why we get different message for unstage. So that slowly you will understand after a couple of practices. So we're just trying to experiment few files. Tomorrow also we have some use cases to do like this. So we'll try some more experimentation. Then we'll come back to the same diagram and understand why that messages are coming and why we are trying to move in this direction, or let's say from here to here. So that revisit will do. So at this point, we are focusing on files. You will get your answer tomorrow. Okay. So Nayak, that is what I told you now. So if you are creating the file, so first of all, that should be a repo. So create a repo and do it. Maybe you are missing the repo creation process. You did not create a repo. So if you are creating a file in a place where it is not a repo and you're trying to experiment git add, it will not work. It will tell you it is not a repository. Okay. So that's all for the day, guys. If you guys have any questions, quickly go ahead and post it in the chat quickly. Quick. No questions? Yeah. So Sai, send me your email ID, please. I got message from, or Excel sheet has been updated by him. So Sai, please send me your email ID quick. Sushmita, your email ID, please. And Arjun, your email ID, please. So did you guys fill out the form? I told you now you have to fill out the forms. Then why you guys did not do? Okay, so Arjun, did you fill out the form? So this is a command, Nayak. This is super clear, man. There is nothing big explanation required. So you need to simply fire this command only. Git init and put the project name, repo name. That is how it will create a repo. Only command is there. Git init, put the repo name. That is what you need to do. Okay. So first of all, let me put the notes. Then I'll give the form. Okay, wait. Let me give the form link quickly.
Recording stopped.
So this form, okay, I'll do one thing. Wait. So your class notes, hold on guys, let me update the notes. So what is our session number today? Today's what is the session number, guys? It is 13. Okay. Session number 13. Right, we're done with this. So I've updated the notes. Let me open up my Gmail. So Arjun, where is your email ID, man? So okay. Sai, 1 second. Okay, so I'm sending you some emails which contains your WhatsApp link, your Telegram channel, and also the form link to update your details. Okay, so please do that, guys. So once I receive in the form, I'll start. You'll automatically get the notes, guys. So not to be worried. Okay, so please do that activity. And the people who have not received any email, so first of all, you guys have to check in the inbox and also in the spam. If you still did not receive, you feel that you did not receive from me, so please don't fault me. That means your name is missing in the registration stuff. So please approach your batch admin and get the problem corrected. Clear? So I want to know how many of you did not receive the mails from me yet. Please raise your hands. Confirm, guys, how many of you have not received mail? Okay, Arjun, I just sent you now. So you should receive. Now, just now I sent it. So you should. Except Arjun, Sai, and Sushmita, anybody else here? Rohini, if you did not receive, that means you need to talk to the admin. Your name may be missing in the Excel sheet where registration details are sent to me. So please approach the admin and approach the admin. That guy's number is here. So if you want, you can take a screenshot and approach your admin. So what is that? 31B. Approach this guy, Rohini. Sanjay, it's the same case with you. Today's mail, no, you will not receive any mail, man. I told you that this access that I sent you yesterday to everybody, you should save that document in your favorites. So this is only one place where you keep on updating the notes. Don't think that I'll be dropping a mail every day, guys. So this is an online document, Google Sheet or Google document, where I keep on updating the notes. That's the reason. So just open this document on your side and save it to your favorites. Whenever you want to practice, just open the document. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do. Okay, Rohini, please approach this person. These are the details. Shubham. Okay, so yeah, approach Rohini and ask him to update the Excel sheet and send it to me. Okay, that's what you have to take care. And once again, I repeat. So I see everybody logged in with the first name and last name today. Good. So please practice this tomorrow as well. So always log in into your classes with first name and last name. Okay. So please follow that. So that's all for the day and we'll catch up tomorrow. Chalo. See you guys. Bye bye.